This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Today we are going to be talking about what my top... There's so many things for Zombicide. I mean, you got the mini packs and all that other stuff. And I started looking at a list here because I started going through all my Zombicide stuff, and I go, oh my god, you know, I got a real lot of, you know, stuff here. So what I decided to do was go through and make a top 10 list of my favorite Zombicides and their expansions. So it was really hard because there's a lot of stuff out there. I mean, some of the stuff I don't have, the only things I don't have is some of the Marvel zombie stuff. But, you know, I got that Galactus, and oh my god, that thing is like the coolest thing ever. So where does that end up on this list? There's only one way to find out. Let's take a look. So at number 10 is the Iron Maiden pack that recently came out. Oh my god. First of all, those things are just so doggone cool. I've got, you know, I've got an extra set here actually that we are going to be putting in an auction very soon. But oh my god, it is like the coolest thing. If you really, you know, some people just like the Iron Maiden covers back in the day because they were just so fascinating with Eddie. But all the different variants of Eddie, where you can use him as a, you know, as a bad guy and stuff like that, and taking certain things from all the different covers, it's just really cool. And you know, where it fits in the different Zombicides is just completely awesome. And just a really cool pack, and a fun pack at that. So definitely one for the ages. At number 9 is Marvel Zombies, which is Marvel Zombicide basically. But I really like this. For me, you know, playing the heroes, having the zeros as zombies, being able to play both sides, I think it does very well, and I enjoy it a lot. When you add some of the expansions that I believe I have coming, I'm looking forward to the Fantastic Four, and I think that's why this is so low on this list, is because I've yet to experience some of the other expansions. Now the funny thing about a lot of games is you get all those expansions and you barely play them. That's not necessarily true with Zombicide, because it adds so much to the game itself, which is just cool. The different types of things over the years that I've really enjoyed. So at number 9, and could be rising very quickly, is Marvel Zombies. And don't forget, they've got Deceased coming soon. So, you know, that's just going to add to the legacy as well. At number 8, from the fantasy version of a Zombicide, which is an all-time favorite of mine, is the Green Horde. Anytime you add orcs into anything, count me in. Just count me in. This is just a ton of fun. And, you know, that version is just so unique and fun and just out there. It really sits well. I remember playing it with Sam Healy. It always has a personal effect for me, that particular version. At number 7, my man, Galactus. Now, the Galactus is enormous, okay? He's almost like 2.5 feet tall, okay? The rules for it is they're actually pretty cool, and I actually have them up right here, but I'm not going to pull them out. I was going to pull them out, but they're holding some things up. And then you add the Silver Surfer to it, the beautiful sculpt that Galactus is, how he plays in the version, which is just phenomenal. It's just one of those all-time great things. If you played Cthulhu Death May Die, then you know what I'm talking about. That massive figure. You say, how does this play? And yet it does, and it does a great job at it. And it has such a table presence. It should be higher on this list, but again, with the Marvel Zombies, I kind of leave it a little lower until I get everything that in and check it out, and make my final assessment on it. At number 6, the original, the plain old original Zombicide, and the second edition. Better models, better in the second edition, cleaner. This is a game that has been around for a very, very long time, and just has such a historic presence to it. It is something I just thoroughly enjoy. And the original just sticks with me. I love going in the buildings and all the other fun stuff that you do. Of course, I think we house ruled a couple rules, and they took notice of that, and made the adjustments and really made this just what it is. One of the greatest zombie games of all time. At number 5. From the original, Toxic City Mall. Now, if you've seen any of the, Dawn of the Deads and stuff like that, one of the coolest things is always thinking, gee, what if I was stuck in the mall for the rest of my life? Now, we're talking the 80s, malls very rarely exist nowadays, but having all the different shops and everything like that and boarding it up, yeah, I think you'd be all right for a while. And enjoy life. Food wouldn't be great because you'd be eating at the pretzel place all the time. But just always a neat little presence because it adapts that movie just so well, and it just really sits well with me. Speaking of movie versions of Zombicide, at number 4. Night of the Living Dead. Oh, I painted that black and white. It was just such a pleasure. The original zombie classic movie mixed with one of the greatest zombie games of all time. How could it not be great? Just one of my favorites. Just a lot of fun. Great game. And just sits very, it's just one of those personal things to me that I really enjoy, and that's Night of the Living Dead. Painting it black and white was so much fun, and playing it the same way. It is a favorite to play at Halloween. I had 2 copies. I painted one, sent it to Ricky Royal, one of my favorite people. I hope he's enjoying that one. Just a great game. It just when you thought you were kind of getting worn down with Zombicide, it just breathed new life into it and just took it to another level. At number 3, Zombicide Invaders. I love this. Science fiction is one of my favorite things. Then you add in all the creepy crawlies, just a classic. Some of the expansions that you can add to it that really kind of bump it up, with some of the mission packs, but you can't do that on this list because you would have to list them, so we're not going to talk about them. But just the base game itself is just glorious, and the miniatures, one of the things, the strong points of all these games is the miniatures and how beautifully they're done. Simon has just done a fantastic job. You could feel the theme and the passion that they put into each one of these projects. It's not just, hey, let's box up another thing and send it out there for the public. They just do a great job at creating a universe that is so unique and so fantastic. At number 2, a recent addition to the arena, and that is Undead or Alive. Now you take every spaghetti western, old time western, you add in trains and all these other things, and you've got yourself just a wild ride. Again, this is another thing where they could have just homered it and people would have backed it, just for the name alone. But they took time, passion, thought, added new things, did things differently, horses in it. I mean, just so many different little variants that just gave it, just kind of gives it that little shot in the arm, which really just sends it to a different level. And I was just blown away by it. I suggest you check it out, because it is my number 2 all time compared to the original that sits at number 6. All these little variances have just made this game just that much better. But at number 1, there can only be one, and that is Black Plague. This was number 1. The miniature is fantastic. Number 2, just so much fun to paint. Number 3, just the experiences that I've had with it, the times that Sam and I worked on it, and did it live. We had so much fun with it. The Necromancer and all the things with it, just one of my all-time favorite Zombicide boxes of all time. And it's just something that I will never get rid of. It just stays in that collection and will stay there forever. So there you have it, my top 10 Zombicide games and expansions. Together, those are my top 10. Maybe yours are different. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Let me know what you think, and until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.